We'll see when you're ready.
Hey, what's going on, guys? To Intuitive 717, I'm back with another reading. I think I'm going to dive right into a Twin Flame Collective update. We'll talk about some of the current energies that many of you may be experiencing. Some of you could be drawn to the title of the reading, okay? So many of you might have I feel like you've either gone through this or you're currently going through this kind of bounce back energy, okay? Justice is taking place for you, and I feel like this reading may be a confirmation of just keep going. Okay, you're supported, you're protected. I feel like a lot of people tend to underestimate your ability to bounce back from hard times. Some of you could be going through hard times, or you're just overcoming these hard times now and you're seeing your justice, and it feels really good. For some of you, I feel like the hard times, or when you do go through certain trials or tribulations on your journey, you will have a lot of eyes on you. Many of you may just have this happening on your journey. Okay, there's a lot of people that maybe want to see your downfall. I am hearing that for a lot of you, you're destined for success. You're destined for something great. So when you do go through hard times, I feel like you take pride in rebuilding yourself. And that's your spiritual gift, and that's what the universe wants to help you awaken to, okay? Some of you might have the ability as well to teach. You may not know this just yet, but I do feel like this message is going to come as a reminder to keep going. Like whatever hard time you're going through right now, you might just need like a gentle nudge or a gentle push, or just a reminder that like you're an underdog, bro. Like you're good, okay? The universe sees you. The universe recognizes that you work hard, and they just want to remind you that everything is always working out for you, okay? That could be a powerful mantra for you at this time to practice. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Just continue to say that, okay? I feel like the hard times that you go through, it builds your character, it builds your strength. And one thing that you're going to be able to teach people, and I do see this happening for you, we'll pull some tarot messages on it as well, but I do see many of you just kind of forging your path. You're preparing yourself, or the universe is helping you prepare yourself for a teaching role. So it's almost like you got to go through it first, and then once you go through it, then you'll see that you're able to either just alleviate people's stress along their path or along their journey, because you've been through it. And that's why I feel like many of you have the gifts of overcoming things so easily, because you're thrown into it. It's super stressful, but somehow you're just like, damn, things just kind of worked out for me. Well, the universe wants you to know that things are always working out for you because of a choice you made. And I feel like for many of you, the choice that you've made is that resilience is a gift. I love resilience. I love to be challenged. The universe is saying once you keep up that attitude of enjoying being pushed, accepting the challenges, then they're going to continue to reward you, so that they're preparing you for a role to teach. And a lot of you are going to experience a lot of abundance with this as well. And abundance not only with pentacles, but also like purpose, fulfillment, okay? Let's get some messages. Oh, sorry, baby. Let's get some messages here for those of you who might be drawn to the title here, okay? So somebody's underestimated your ability to bounce back from hard times. This could be people who you've had to distance yourself from as well. A lot of you could be going through like a great transformation. You're cocooning, which is preparing to spend time on your own. That's why you're having to lose a lot of maybe friendships or close relationships. You could be facing a lot of conflict, 555. It's so that you can rebuild your home or your temple. Some people just don't belong there at this time. I feel like you've had too much, or you've had enough, and the universe is saying, don't worry, okay? We're going to show you what this Ten of Swords energy is all about. You're almost there, okay? The last final straw is what I'm getting with the Ten of Swords here. That's why I'm feeling like a lot of you may be going through some hard times, okay? But your ability to bounce back from this is really going to shock you and surprise you. I feel like this is the time where many of you are going to start seeing the magic, because remember in like the readings how I say, like, you guys know how to take a hit while you're down. You guys aren't fighting the Ten of Swords energy, okay? You're seeing it as lessons being learned. Maybe a lot of you are experiencing betrayals, or you're feeling like a lot of like dissatisfaction, or you're just kind of feeling like you've walked your path with certain relationships or certain people or maybe even certain environments. Like I do feel like many of you are just heavy in thought about making a change. Okay, because this is completion. The 10 is all about completion. You've walked as far as you can come on this path, and you need to do something. Okay, you need to do something different. And I feel like that is the resilient part of you, that you're just unafraid. Okay, you're not afraid to do things on your own this time. Many of you may be learning great lessons around, I feel like, independence. Okay, being able to rely on yourself, being able to trust yourself. And this is why many of you are strengthening your connection to source. It's because, maybe you're starting to see that the company that you were keeping, the people that you were involved with, maybe even like your workplace, like right down to your workplace for some of you, all around you was just toxicity. And I feel like instead of asking other people to change or wishing, hoping, and pleading that your circumstances would change, I feel like many of you are now pulling yourselves out of these environments. Okay, that's what I mean by like you're doing things yourself. You maybe, like, I feel like the chariot card, where it's like you're taking the reins into your own hands now. A lot of you are feeling this like unafraid energy. Okay, some of you are ready to like quit a job. We have the sun card here. Okay, you're ready for happiness, and that's your soul wanting to grow. Okay, you guys have been through enough with these hard times. It's time to let it go. It's time to rebuild. And this sun energy here is where you're happiest. I feel like it's an odd thing to say, but I feel like when many of you are going through hard times, it's like you kind of like it. You're just like, like Rocky style, like, the army paint underneath your eyes, like you're ready to go. You could be the type that feels like you hate to procrastinate, but sometimes procrastination might get you like the best results, even though it's like such a terrible habit. And when it comes right down to the crunch, I feel like many of you are just like, damn, you really know how to produce results. So I feel like many of you may just be at that place where you're starting to recognize that the environment you've created around you, you've done it. You're responsible for getting yourself out. So no more asking people to change, no more giving people second chances. Now is about demanding what it is you want. Okay, now is about self-care. Okay, the sun card is like the brightest card in the deck. It's very masculine energy as well, which is taking things into your own hands. Okay, that chariot, taking the reins. Okay, going in the direction that you want to go in. No more blaming. Now is just time to focus on rebuilding your life as you see it. Some of you may be going through some kind of life review, where it is just time to let go. As painful as it might be, you got to get into that either King of Swords, Queen of Swords energy, where, for the Queen of Swords, sometimes it can be emotional relationships, right? Family, friends, lovers. It's hard to let it go. It's hard to draw those boundaries, but you've got to take care of yourself. Some of you are preparing for that teacher role in the star energy, public speaking. You've been through a lot on your journey, and your resilience, your ability again to bounce back or remain grounded, and just see the lessons for what it is they are and just move along. Somebody or a group of people out there, they could be really watching your ability to do this. Some of you as well have people who as much as they hate to see you, as much as they love to see you go through these hard times, they're getting really like triggered or even also low-key inspired by also like watching you bounce back from it. Because that's the message too I've been getting, or this energy I've been picking up on, where some of you in the past, in this Ten of Swords energy, you had people kind of laughing at you, like while you might have been experiencing some kind of downfall in your life. For some of you, it could have been going through like some kind of divorce, maybe like a transition in your career, the loss of a job. Maybe some of you had to move back in with like your parents, or like if you got like separated, you had to move back in with your spouse because of like certain things. And it really just was a time where people were like, like, that like laugh when you keep your mouth closed and you're like, people had like gossip to say about you. Many people might have been laughing at your circumstances. Like people had your name in their mouth. But now with the star card coming through, I feel like you guys use these experiences. You took a hit while you were down. You didn't care that people might have been laughing. You didn't care that people might have been gossiping. A lot of you were like, fuck it. It's my life path. It's what I chose. I'm going to be accountable for my decisions, and I'm going to build quietly, okay? And a lot of people underestimated your ability to bounce back from whatever hard times you were going through, because you're a beautiful alchemist. You know how to take these hard times, you know how to take these swords here and turn them upright, okay? Many of you turned these swords upright and you made boundaries around you. You took the swords out and you made a circle around you. Now no one can get in. That's why many of you are in the star energy, and people who were once laughing at you, everybody has their mouth shut now. And believe it or not, you might even have some people who watch you or listen to you or pay attention to you that are actually learning from you now. They've changed their mind. They're no longer a hater. They're like, you know what? You're all right. You're all right in my books. You're all right. I'm not a hater anymore. So you have people now inspired by this star energy because your ability to transform or rebuild or take your hard times and really turn it into something fruitful, it really has people talking. Like, they're just like, damn, how did you do that? I remember back then when you used to let people maybe walk all over you, take advantage of you. Maybe a lot of you might have been in entry-level positions, working 2 jobs. But a lot of you felt this star quality within you really deep inside, right? People didn't see your side hustle. People just kept thinking that you were unworthy. Right down to some of you on this twin flame journey, right down to your divine masculine and maybe your divine feminine. Something about the dynamics there made you feel gosh, unworthy, right? This Ten of Swords energy here. Down and out on your luck. But the universe had great plans for you. I feel like many of you passed a test somehow where while you were in this Ten of Swords energy, this is when you chose to reconnect and have faith. You didn't choose to be a victim. You didn't choose to blame anybody. You didn't choose to fight things. A lot of you were just like, okay, there's got to be some kind of learning experience out of this. And that was passing the test. You're like, what am I supposed to learn out of this? Okay, how do I rebuild myself? Many of you started taking accountability, mad accountability for yourself, your life. I see a lot of you, I see a broom and a dustpan. And I see many of you going around your life and just sweeping things up and tossing it in the trash. Okay, and this made space, it made room. I see many of you looking around at all of the decluttering that you've done in your own life, and it made so much space and room for your creativity to thrive. And that's why many of you are experiencing abundance, because you were like, okay, how do I use this to grow? How do I use these experiences to grow? And you connected. You connected to others, you connected to other people all around the world going through these same struggles. And you empowered them and you gave them strength because you yourself started to see the magic in being able to connect to source. Admit to yourself that it's okay to struggle. It's okay to go through pain. It's okay to see the darkness. I'm just going to sit here. And yes, I'm going to wallow in my self-pity. Ten of Swords energy. But once I feel like I've wallowed enough, I've cried enough, that feeling when you get a lump in your throat and you're avoiding crying, and then you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna let the cry out, and then you just body it, everything just feels so much better. I kind of feel like energetically that's what you guys did. That's what alchemy is all about, right? It's that surrender, and it's you know what, give it to me. It reminds me of my brother, a story he used to tell me, just give it to me, just take me, because we used to talk about our biggest fears, and he's like, honestly, bro, he's like, I getting eaten alive by an anaconda, being stuck in a room with an anaconda. And I would crack up because we were just kids, right? And I'm like, what would you do? He's like, honestly, I would just faint. And then right before I fainted, my last words would be take me, just take me. Oh, shout out to my brother. Love him to death. Okay. But that's what I feel like many of you did in this Ten of Swords energy. It was people were literally throwing these swords at you, left, right, and center. It could have been a disruption, 555 as well. 5 plus 5 is that 10. Just literally cut in half with everything. Many of you being pulled in many different directions. And it was just I'm going to lay down and surrender to all of this, and I'm going to let people make all of their moves. And once I'm done, I'm going to see where everybody stands. And then that's when that broom and the dustpan came in handy, right? So a lot of you are in this sun energy now because of decluttering, not just in your home and with stuff, but with people, relationships, your workplace, what you do for a living. How creative are you? Do you have hobbies? What are you doing in your life that makes you feel happy and makes you thrive? Many of you have dumped toxic relationships for literally hobbies. Many of you I can't go out with you today. No, I can't meet for drinks at the bar. No, I don't have time to spend with you today. Why? Because I'm chilling with my cat. My cat brings me peace, scratching her tummy for 3 hours. No, I mean, that's a little excessive. No, it's not. Not with a cat like Mega, okay? No, it's not. But I'm saying many of you are just at home just chilling, like your nervous system is just like breezing out, right? Many of you are just kicking up your feet. There's room now to think about like, what makes me happy in the sun energy? What makes me feel creative? What makes me glow? Now many of you actually have breathing room to take these swords out one by one. And now I see a lot of you sitting there polishing these swords, right? They're going to be worth something one day. These experiences, they're going to be worth something one day. And that's many of you preparing for this teacher role. Okay, getting into this star energy. I feel like you're going to have a lot of people going, like, oh my gosh, what a transformation. What a transformation. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about that Five of Swords, wasn't I? Look at the look on their face. Now these people are shush. Now these people got to walk away. Yeah, walk away. That's right. Walk away. Yeah, same people who tried to stick those swords in your back. Now you guys are collectors. You're like, I'm going to polish these babies. Okay? That's what's up, guys. That's what's up. Okay? King of Wands here. You guys are living in your truth now. You're living in your purpose. And this is what this abundance is all about. Because Wands energy is all about purpose. Right? Living in your purpose. Shout out to my fire signs out there. Leo, Sag, and Aries. Okay, you guys will find as a theme in your life, if you're fire signs, that like you're always gonna have to go after your passions, or you're naturally in roles that like sometimes you may not even care about how much money you make, as long as like you feel really good about the job that you're doing and the people are cool and like the relationships are really awesome. That is fulfillment for you because you're living in your purpose, right? And then naturally abundance will come to you, right? That's why a lot of you are meant to just do what it is you love and the abundance will come. But a lot of you might be scared and say like, oh, well, you know, I'm making a lot of money at this job. Like, how am I going to quit it and like make like, you know, this amount of money, even though I may love this job? It's like, yeah, because once you start doing that and you start enjoying it, you actually create more opportunities for yourself that brings in that abundance even more so than the other job that was like draining you and taking from you. Your energy is precious, guys, more than pentacles. Your energy, okay, your chi, that thing within you that makes you feel motivated, right? When you're at a job, like you'll notice your energy levels go right down. All of a sudden it's hard to wake up. You're just like setting like 10 alarms before you get out of bed. So check in with your energy levels here. So I feel like that's what a lot of you are doing, rising up from just these hard times that you were going through, and now you're sitting pretty with a big crown on your head, living in your truth, living in your purpose, and more so like you're abundant, you're fly. A lot of you are attracting like so much pentacles, where people see you either like you, where you're living is better, like how you live in, like you living good. You should see how I'm living. Like that's what I'm hearing for some of you in this King of Wands energy. You should see how I'm living. The other day too, my son was like, I was like moving stuff around in my living room, and I pushed the couch against the wall so it was like blocked off, and he like, you know, topples over onto the couch, and he's like, Mom, this is my crib. This is my new crib. And I thought he meant a baby's crib because the couch was against the wall. So I was like, a baby's crib? And he's like, no, like crib, like my house. So I feel like that's for a lot of you, right? Like you should see how I'm living. You should see my crib. Okay, we do have, yeah, just like a lot of beautiful energy. Like I can't help but notice like the cape as well. Like I'm hearing royalty for some of you. Get used to it. Okay, many of you have been through so much struggles, and I feel like your tenacity and like your ability to rebuild whatever tower that you've just seen topple, like that sacrifice, that like, oh, I'm just gonna plunge in that fool energy, just plug my nose and jump over the cliff and just do something for you for once, it's bringing you a lot of abundance. And the same people I'm hearing who stuck these swords in your back, tried to keep you in some of these toxic environments, you're leaving them behind. Okay, you're leaving them behind. Like, I think I posted in the community section, California Breeze by Lil Baby. Oh, I've been loving me some Lil Baby lately. But it was like, you know, people want to take like the same route, so you chose a different route. People on the same route, and so you chose a different route. That's what's going on here. Okay, I feel like the same people who might have been laughing at the fact that you were going through hard times, they underestimated your ability to be able to bounce back and alchemize from this, okay? Because whoever you are, you take pride in being able to make sure you're good. Okay? And if you're going through hard times, and more so, like, energetically that people want to see you stay there, that's even more fuel for a lot of you to get into this Five of Swords energy here and just start saying, you know what, I welcome the conflict. This is a lot of you welcoming it, and then with the 10 here, surrendering it to completely, and then using all of that. Like, a lot of you like these experiences as the dark night of the soul, the tower moments. A lot of you are just like, bring it on, bring that shit on. Because, I don't know, whoever you are, it makes you feel good. It's your fuel. It's what makes you want to thrive and get into your purpose even more. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know who this was meant for, but I hope it does find you well, okay? If you guys want to dig into a personal session with me, I will post some links later in the community section so that when you guys click on the posts section of the channel, you'll be able to see some of the links there to get in touch with me for a personal session. And if you guys do want to check out the membership section for the more sensual readings, if, these kinds are not your cup of tea, you're like, hey, it's intuitive, where'd the sexual tarot go? Then do check out the membership section, guys, okay? I do have quite a little sensual library I've created there, okay? Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.